All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first race of the Season 5 for the Area 51 Racing League Superspeedway Cup Series. Say thank you for joining us here tonight at Green White Checker. Say, of course, definitely got to thank again the die-hard Josh Sichterman fans there. See you guys on YouTube. It's always, I get a smile on my face every time I see you guys blowing up the YouTube chat. So appreciate you guys joining again here. Again, it's going to be an exciting one. So these cars are definitely going to drive a little more under control than the cars on Wednesday nights that we saw them at Talladegabb as well. So again, though, so this is going to be, again, we're going to be bouncing between Daytona and Talladegabb throughout the season here. Say last segment, it was that one car and the I'm trying to remember the car numbers now. What was it? Raymond Rittenauer and Gabe Butler. Those two were dominant throughout the season in Season 4. So got a lot of new names, new faces here in Season 5. And, of course, the potential of some prize money for those that paid that $25 entry fee. They can win some money after every race, as well as, of course, as if they can win that season champion. So we're going to be going here, qualifying here shortly. And again, we're going to be taking the top 23 on time. And then from 24th on back, we'll be put in a last chance qualifier heat race, if you will, for those final 20 spots. But I think right now we're under that 43 number, so we should be in good shape for everybody to make the field. So with that being said, we're going to let these drivers make their qualifying laps here, and then we'll get things underway here very shortly. So again, thank you for joining us here at Green White Checker TV. Looking forward to the race this evening. All right, so with that said, that is qualifying here. So now, again, this is going to be the heat race number 1, or only heat race, I should say, or last chance qualifier, if you want to word it that way. Looks like on the pole for this heat race is going to be that 68 of Mark Brown. It's going to be a 10-lap race here, no yellows. This is going to sort 24th through 43rd. Again, I think we're okay on the car fronts. We should be okay. I don't think anybody's going to miss the race this evening, which is great. Definitely hate having anybody have to go home. So that's going to be fun to see. But I'll say those drivers qualified in the top 23, they can sit back and relax and enjoy the show. However, I'm going to bring in my associate here in the booth as a admin, car designer, video creator. Those awesome intro videos, those are all courtesy of this man here, Roy Wheeler. Roy, really appreciative to have you joining me here tonight. As I know you wanted to give this a try, and I love having help up here in the booth, and I know you're going to have a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, it ought to be fun. Probably a lot less pressure sitting up here than it is down there in the driver's seat. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. Say, especially at a track here like Talladega, where it's all about kind of putting yourself in the right place at the right time, having the help you need. We definitely talked about that team playing. We've seen last season was huge with that one of Gabe Butler, the 87 Raymond Rittenauer. They got a few of those guys. I think Dale Willoughby was in that group as well. Matt Quick. They put team racing, like, they showed exactly how team racing should be, and they worked together just all the way through it. So really good job by those guys last season. So, but they're going to have some new challengers here up in this season here. So it's going to be fun to see these new names, new faces. And again, we talked about a little bit of cash incentive for the drivers. I don't know if you want to kind of chime in on how that's going to work out for season 5 here.
Yeah, I know. I believe it's 20 for the winner, or 25 for the winner, 10 and 5. And then the season champion gets $150. So all those Josh fans out there, Artie fans, if he wins, I think you guys deserve a little bit of that.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair deal to me. I think, yeah, if he can pull off a season championship, say split the winnings between his adoring fans, you got to make sure that he keeps them on the YouTube channel with him here. Says that's going to be the way to go with that. So, with that being said, excuse my wife, sneeze in there. However, that being said, the 68 of Mark Brown is going to lead things off here at Talladega. 10 laps, no cautions. Next to him is the 55, Ryan Wachter. And so again, this is going to be the heat race here. So we're going to have 10 laps, no cautions. That's going to grid us from 24th to 43rd. And then we'll have, I believe, a brief short break before we get going here tonight at Talladega for the scheduled 75-lap race.
I think it'll be interesting. We tried this in the Cup race, and I wasn't too sure about it. But after watching it, I think it was mostly positive from all the drivers. They really liked the heat race.
I mean, you guys were kind of between a rock and a hard place with Indy missing a few drivers not getting in before it filled up, and so it's like, well, this is a way to make it fair for everybody who wants to be able to make the race where maybe the server does get full. Now you got 64 open spots, and so you let those fastest 43 in. So with that said, though, we're under green. Again, 68 there. Mark Brown's going to take the lead here. 55's got a good push, though, right behind him with that 04 of, trying to catch the name there. That's Michael Coe, and then 04. A bit of a gap between that bottom line there, so we'll see if they can get stacked up here and make that push. So I believe I see 20 drivers. So actually, I think we're gonna have 23 on the dot tonight. So that's gonna, I think, again, everybody who's in the field is gonna make it, but I believe we're gonna have a full field this evening.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting with 43 drivers out there. I mean, it looks easy, but driving side by side for 75 laps, it'll wear on you.
Yeah, this is definitely more of a mental endurance type of a race than some of the other tracks where you have to kind of manhandle these cars, especially like those 87 cars there. But yeah, so right now, I think this is gonna be a good test for some of these drivers in this race. Kind of use it as just as a good like practice race session. Getting no real pressure about missing the race with 20 cars being in here. Say 20, we're gonna take the grid anyway this evening. So just a way to kind of get your feet wet, get used to some of these drivers that maybe you weren't around in practice, and of course in season 4. But right now, everybody's kind of manning their manners here, going 2x2. Of course, Talladegabb, much easier to take a 3 wide, but we haven't seen that yet. But I have a feeling once we get within that 5 to go or so, I think we'll see that third line start forming here.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we didn't go over that number, because, like you said, it kind of it's not good when a driver can't make the race. So this ought to be interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure. So I've one of the leagues I race with on Mondays, we have the same thing. We have a lot of drivers, and so unfortunately we do have to qualify our way. And I've missed a couple races, and it doesn't feel good, but it's also it is the most fair way of doing things. And so it's just more incentive to make sure you can hit those qualifying laps and then get it done once these heat races happen, if you don't get into those top 23 or so positions.
Yeah, I agree. And we kind of took this to some of the longtime drivers that have been with Area 51 for a while, and they were pretty positive about it. So I think it'll work out well.
So up front, Matt Quick took the lead, but fan favorite Artie. I got to figure out the Artie thing. We're going to interview him, by the way. Josh Sichterman going to take the lead here at the line there. We're going to come around with, I believe, 7 to go. He's got a good push right behind him with that 388 of Douglas Johnson. So right now, things are looking good for those drivers. Right now, again, top 20 all are going to advance into the show. So right now, this is all going to be for qualifying positions, pit stalls, and all that situation there. So again, right now, this is all the drivers here for 24th on back in qualifying. So if you don't see your favorite driver here in this group, that's because they qualified in the top 23.
And you got Matt Quick in that inside lane up front too, and he can drive these super speedways. Like, man, he's like Gabe and Raymond. He's up there up front a lot of times.
Yeah, as I say, 0-5 on the apron there. He's trying to hang on to it. Looks like he went ahead. Oh, he's going to slide it, unfortunately, there. But I believe it's going to be a single car spin. That's Charles Teed in the 05. Going to be a solo spin. It looks like nobody else affected by it. So, again, it's the only thing that's going to do for him is that's going to start him at the back of the pack, as long as, unless there's a big one here towards the end, maybe he might gain some spots. You never know. But right now, again, still up front, still all running 2x2.
Yep, and like we said, with heat races, there's no yellow flag, so they're just going till the end.
Yeah, we're going to cross this time. It's going to be halfway, 5 down, 5 to go. Right now, again, everybody's still pretty much running 2x2. Positions haven't changed too much, but you see that. And you mentioned Matt Quick, though. You're exactly right. He's teammates with those drivers that run really well together. I saw John Brill in that 90 car kind of poke to the top side, see if he was maybe going to try to make something happen there. Decides to stay back in line. So we'll see if anybody's just kind of trying to buy their time before they make a big charge here. But right now, that bottom line, I was going to say, doesn't have a lot of help. But as I say that, here comes the 388. He's going to drop to the bottom. So that's going to slow the top side's momentum just a little bit. And then we're going to be able to kind of keep going from here.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Quick and can't tell what car that is behind him. They look locked up pretty well, so they're pushing well.
Yeah, let's say 04 is Michael Coe. And as we say that, he's going to jump to the top side. He's going to try to pick up that 199 and get that push here on the front stretch through the trial. We'll see if maybe he can get to the lead here. So we're going to come in around to 4 to go in this heat race here to get the remainder of the grid. As I said, that looks like he's going to grab that spot and get back to the bottom. So he's kind of deciding where he wants to go. He is going to go to the bottom. So now John Brill's going to take that spot on the top side following that 199. So we'll see if they can get locked up here and make a shove here to get to that front as well.
It's going to need John Brill to suck up to the back of him. He keeps poking out the side there. I don't know if he's just having problems staying down or if he's sliding up a little or not.
Yeah, and also just might be that car may have been getting hot too. That's one thing. If they stay locked together too long, as things start to get hot, you definitely got to jump out or you're going to pop that motor there. And then so we'll definitely keep an eye on that one as well. Yes, if Josh does win this race, we'll definitely get a heat race winner interview. I'll say we're going to interview him regardless. I'll say I feel like I just have to no matter what. So we'll definitely pull Josh in here. Plus, I got to ask him about this Artie nickname. We didn't bring that up last time, so that's going to be something that's going to get brought up on this time around.
looks like we might be getting a rival going here between Josh and or Artie, however you want to call him, and who's the other driver?
Got Logan Hilton, I think, got some Facebook fans on here as well. So looks like Josh went to the bottom there, so he didn't have the run he needed and the help up top, so he's dropped to the bottom. Probably try to build some momentum and make a run here. Oh, a crash in the back.
Yeah.
A handful of drivers involved in that one. So again, we're going to stay green. Normally I'll bring out the yellow. It looks like that was the 023. Josh Garner's in there, the 001. Eugene Vernon, I think the 007 as well. Somehow all triple-digit numbers wound up involved in that one, it felt like.
It looks like the big car there got pushed a little and got a little squirrely, and then it caused a little bit of checkup, and they caused a big one back there.
So now we're going to see the slicing and dicing here as we're going to come to the white flag again and say that everybody's going to make the race here. This is all just going to be for that initial starting position and probably a little bit of pride and ego as well. You see Matt Quick getting a big push there from that 199 of Josh Sichterman, and say the 04 there, Michael Coe on the inside. He's got help from Douglas Johnson. And right now everybody's staying 2x2. I see some definitely temptations to get to that top side, but nobody's done it yet. But as I say that, so definitely some big movement there. So it looks like the 199 is going to get actually hung out here. So that's going to have John Brill now lead this top side, but on the inside, that's going to be where all the momentum is right now. Say with that 04 of Michael Coe, Matt Quick. Who else is in there? That's the 380 of Douglas Johnson as well. So we'll see if anybody's going to make a last-ditch effort here as they come through the tri-oval.
Yeah, the 199 did not have any friends on that one, did he?
No, I think he needs some of those YouTubers to join the party with him here. So at the line, it is going to be that 04. Michael Coe is going to get the win under this one. In second, looks like it's going to be Matt Quick, Douglas Johnson third, Dalton Hayes fourth, and Ryan Wechter in fifth. So basically now we just have to wait for the remainder of the field to cross the start-finish line. That's going to jump things, I believe, to warm-up. And then I don't know if it's a 5-minute warm-up or what it is there, and then will be a quick grid, though, before we start this race here in just a moment. Yeah, I definitely agree, Jared. This is definitely an exciting format to have here, so it's going to be fun to see how it all pans out. So what we'll do, though, is I'll say we're going to pull in our fan favorite driver, and I'll say also I've got Roy Wheeler, sponsor of that 199 car. We'll snag him over here for just a moment. So once I hunt him down from our list, there he is. So we'll grab Josh over here. Get a word with him before we get going under green, see if he's still around or not. All right, Josh, you got us?
What's up?
All right, well, so your fans are back. They're ready to roll. They're excited. They're kind of mad that you didn't get any friends there at the end. And I have questions though too, because all right, so everybody's calling you Artie, so I gotta know where the nickname's coming from on that one.
I play a little bit of the Blacklist RP through 5M, and it's a little bit of role play stuff. That's just a character's name. That's kind of what they all know me by.
All right, so you're gonna have, obviously you have the pressure for all your fans, but you also got sponsor pressure tonight because joining me in the booth is Roy Wheeler. He's gonna be helping me out on the Sunday evenings. So obviously
Yes.
You've been doing an awesome job with that paint scheme. Obviously you were able to do a little bit of testing with this 10-lap heat race. We're able to learn anything for what you maybe can or can't do, and obviously kind of making moves there towards the end.
Yeah, right now, like I said, the car feels pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of hang out back, let everything happen, and then slowly work my way to the front. But besides that, yeah, man, car feels good. I think the car's set up perfectly fine. I didn't have any troubles. I was just kind of taking it easy through that little heat race.
Yeah, it looks like you kind of got left out to dry on that heat race there. You're going to have to find some friends.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'll work on that throughout the season. So
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Pretty new here, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, as I appreciate it, and I'm sure your fan club's enjoying it as well. So good luck tonight, and as I look forward to seeing you have a good run here this evening.
Oh, heck yeah, man. And I just want to thank Roy Williams Designs for sponsoring me, and then the Blacklist RP guy, all those people over there for cheering me on, and then my spotter, Oscar Johnson, really working with me on this.
We might have to put that on your car, too, as a sponsor.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna say Roy does good paint work, so I'm sure I'm sure he'll tweak it for you if he needs some adjustments to it.
Oh, yeah, he does amazing work.
All right, well, good luck, Josh. It's always fun having a chat with you, and say good luck this evening.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll try not to be biased tonight.
Oops. Oh, I was sure I have to click the right button there. I say, yeah, no worries about that. I mean, I've got my dad racing in here too, so there's only so much bias you can avoid here. So with that said, we'll go through most of the starting grid. I say, unfortunately, it kind of throws it off a little bit with these LCQs. It doesn't really show exactly the results for that, but we can definitely get the top 23 here accurate. There we are. So our pole sitter this evening is that number 87 of Raymond Rittenauer, I believe the defending champion of that Superspeedway series from Season 4. Jude Conrad in second, Dale Willoughby third, Maxwell Caldwell fourth, Chad Wilkes in fifth, Gabe Butler in sixth, Kevin Hash seventh, and then Joe Delavecchia is going to be in the 8th position. We got 9th through 16th here with Jack Walls, Eric Laurie, Jim Brooks, Eric Schaus, Logan Helton, Ryan Kelly, John Mullins, and Charles Johnson. And so we've got the remainder of the field here. Corey Lane, Evan Pienta, Robert Richards. So I'm going to try to learn this last name. Brandon Pasalacqua is my guess. Donald Stewart, Art Peck, and Michael Spells at 23rd. And then it shows Mark Brown as the 24th position, but again, that was where he qualified, or that's where he started in the LCQ, so those aren't accurate, unfortunately. Again, a little bit of learning curves to do how to get those accurate for the starting grid in the future. So with that said, just a little bit of time left here in the warm-up here before we get going. I'm going to see if I can grab one more unsuspecting victim here. Where is our pole sitter, Raymond? Alright, I'm going to pull our unsuspecting victim here, Raymond Rittenauer. We're going to try to defend Season 4 with the pole position here and try to turn that into a win. Say a lot of new faces and new things with this season here, Raymond. How are you feeling for this season starting off here?
Starting off good here. Hopefully we can carry on what we did last year and start off good.
So we talked about the teamwork that you guys had last season, doing really well with there. So I took a look at your channel. Definitely got some friends in there. So is that going to be the plan, is to try to stay up front with those guys all race?
Oh yeah, we'll see how it works out at the end. But yeah, stick together and hopefully pull it off.
All right, well, I'll let you guys get set up for tonight's race. So good luck tonight, and congrats on that pole position.
Thank you.
All right, so that was our pole sitter there, Raymond Rittenauer, in that number 87 car. So again, we talked about those teammates. So I'm looking at the group right now. So we've got Kevin Hash, Dale Willoughby, Eric Laurie, Gabe Butler, Raymond Rittenauer, and Jude Conrad. And I believe I see one more. It's Kevin. I'm trying to see if he's in there, if he's maybe spotting for those guys or not. So it's Kevin Freese, I believe, is the last name there. So with that, though, we're about to get rolling here. Alright, so we are getting things going here. Going to get this pace lap underway. Again, that's going to give us scheduled 75 laps at Talladega. Fuel windows right around that 25 lap window, depending on drafting and if you're leading the pack or not. So we'll see if anybody's going to maybe try to save some fuel under this run or not, because that could definitely play a role in this race. So say that fuel windows could always come into play. We've seen it happen before. The other big one is going to be pit stops, though, getting in and out of the pits quickly. That's where that team has worked so well together, being able to get in and out of the pits with a gap, and just we talked about that, just that unselfishness with this team. So I think they're going to have a little bit more competition this season. I'm saying, again, with that money being in the mix as well, that's definitely going to step things up here too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fast drivers this season, so it'll be interesting. But you're right, Gabe and that team right there, some of the best super speedway racers I've seen personally. So it'll be an interesting race, interesting season.
I see some. Trying to make sure that the streams, everything's working. So I'm showing it okay on my end, but definitely please let me know if it's having difficulty here. Yeah, it's possible that the Josh Sichterman fan club is overloaded the system. Hopefully not, but I say we'll definitely make sure everything's working here as well as possible. So I don't know if you have a second, Roy, if you're able to check on the broadcast and see if they're showing up for you.
YouTube's frozen. It's kind of off and on.
Okay.
It's real blurry right now. I was trying to catch back up.
All right, keep me in the loop. Let me know if that keeps having issues. I'll try to play with it here when we have a moment. However, the pace car is offering it going green here in just a moment. I'll say we do also have Facebook and Twitch if you need another place to try to keep an eye on things if YouTube is acting up. That's part of why we try to run these 3 systems here. I'll definitely look at that in just a moment. But with that being said, though, wait for that green flag to fly. And we are underway here at Talladega. Looks like, I believe we have 43 taking the grid. Looks like the 68th is actually going to start from the pits. May have missed the grid there. So I say, unfortunately, Mark Brown's going to have to hope for a yellow to get back into the cycle here as we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It looks like we got pretty spread out off the start here.
Yeah, so you're right. The second half of the group really spread out there. But, I mean, that also could be a little bit strategy, too. Just kind of get out of the back of the main group and just kind of cruise. I say that's, like, I'm trying to see where some of those guys are. Usually my goal is to be, like, one of the last cars in the main lead pack. That's just, I feel the safest there. I know I can draft back up if I need to, but I can also just be able to get on the brakes and not be caught up in someone else's mess. So, however, you see up front, though, that 87 and the 7 drafting really well together. Up top, the 8 and the 94. At the line, looks like that lap's going to go to Raymond Rittenauer, so I believe that's a bonus point for him right off the bat. That's it right now. Again, it looks like pretty much just a pace laps here at 190, 200 miles an hour at Talladega. And so you're definitely going to see a lot of this evening. Alright, so you see on your left side we have the ticker there. It shows our top 15 and it scrolls down through 16th through the remainder of the field. So again, right now our race leader still showing as that 87 of Raymond Rittenauer, but again, right now, just getting things going here. Again, pit window is going to be roughly around 25 laps, so if they can stretch the fuel numbers, they can make it on 2 stops should we go green. And again, also one thing mentioned, Green White Checkered, Area 51 Racing League, always get those 2 mixed up, is they do have up to 2 fast repairs should they need them, and then 3 attempts at a green white checker should those come into play as well. So we'll have to wait and see if those do come into play, but again, we got a ways to go until we get to that point.
Looks like everybody's kind of behaving right now, just kind of filling everything out, so looks like they're just going to fall in line for a while.
Yes, I'm wondering if those drivers maybe were those that qualified in that top 23 maybe watched the heat race and kind of learned a little bit, see what we see, from the camera perspective. Say, okay, this is what someone did. This worked. This didn't work. They can kind of adjust from there. So right now it looks like pretty much everybody just staying again double file. See one poked out 3 wide there, a little further back. I think it's Charles Johnson.
Yes, we said that he decided to pop out. I guess he wanted to prove us wrong.
Yeah, the problem is he didn't have any help yet, and looks like he's going to have to fall back in line there. Looks like he's got Robert Richards right behind him, Ryan Kelly in front. So I believe Ryan Kelly actually was the winner of the inaugural Cup Series race for Season 5 there on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So, as I said, it looks like Ryan's going to jump to the top here, and then Charles is going to follow along. So let's see what those 2 are able to do here. And actually, we'll hop on board with that 28 car so you can see a whole lot of bumper of that 13 cars. This is all the drivers can see from their cockpit.
He's going to on to Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly was the Season 4 champion, and he did win the inaugural or the opening race for Season 5. So he can wheel.
Yeah, that's definitely some good credentials to have you to be part of there. Saying you can see they're making pretty good ground here. Saying the critical Charles is going to have to watch on his is going to be that oil pressure or